How are we going, everyone? I'm just here pruning our climbing rose on this arch. I'm trying to get it to climb over to the other side, but it's not going to go all the way down. I need to plant one on the other side, but anyway. Now, talking about climbing roses, I did a segment on this a long time ago, probably about a year ago, because this was completely out of control, and I cut it right back and left only three uprights, leaders. This one's moved over a little bit. Oh, there we are. It's got to be tied down again. And the aim with the climbing rose is not to let it grow rampant everywhere and you get all these suckers coming up from the base. You need to remove it. See this sucker here? So that's just come up now. That, if I don't control that, it'll just keep growing out. Even though it's got a bud on the end of it, it's great because we're going to get a flower on it. We don't want it to flower this far out from the main stem. We want it to be nice and tight all the way along. And you can see I haven't pruned this, my bad. We've got the next flush of flowers already coming on. But see the flowers, how close they are to the main stem? That's what you want to have and create. And to do that, you need to cut it back quite hard. You can't allow it to spread out, and you've got to get rid of all the dead disease and damaged wood. We've got canker developing on this, or just dieback. This is canker. Let me cut this one off properly, and I'll show you. See that there? That dieback? That will happen to every rose. Every rose will, at one stage or another through its growing season or life, it will develop some of this dieback. And you can see how it starts to go black and shrinks off at the end there, and that's the green part. Now, if you don't take it off below where it's died back, like back to the green section, it will continue its way back to the main stem and eventually cause the main stem to actually die back all the way, and it can work all its way back down to the root system, and you don't want that to happen. So roses need to be pruned at least 2 or 3 times, or at least 3 times through the growing season. And like these ones here, have a look at this. This is finished flowering. See the new growth coming there? I'm just going to cut it right back there. That's where I want to cut it back, nice and tight. We might get a flower there, we might get a bit more growth before it flowers, but in particular to this one here, we've got to cut it right back, get it right off. We don't need it to grow out. We don't want this to grow out like that. I'm going to cut that back to, well, it's difficult to get in there, just about here. There, a couple of buds from the main stem. And that's what I'm going to do all the way through. Clean this up. And that's what you got to do. And as soon as you finish pruning your rose back, oh, look at this. Look at this. Challenge now. It's not too big. Yeah, I'll leave it on. That's as much as you let it grow out. And the idea would be your main leader running all the way across, then you get all these little clusters of flowers developing, depending on the variety that you've got there, obviously. You get a single flower or double flowers. Look at that, we're getting doubles there, developing. So clean your roses and give them a good feed. And a good feed is a bit of compost, superfood and black grit combined. So you can get your superfood and black grit if you've already got composted soil. It's nice and rich. And put that around the base. A couple of handfuls won't go astray with that. It will really love it. And the black grit will actually help it produce better flowers, bigger and better flowers on it for you. And a hell of a lot more as well. The calcium silicate in black grit will give this plant all the energy and strength it needs to be able to bloom profusely and even avoid diseases like black spot and mildew developing on it, especially when the weather's so, dramatic. It changes from one day to the other. So get your superfood, and our 6 kilo superfood is going to end soon, folks, by the way. It's going to go offline by the 15th of this month, so you won't be able to order it and get it shipped out, that is. So offline for shipping, you can buy it and click and collect, but not for shipping, unfortunately. Check out our website, Vasili'sGarden.com, for everything you need. And if you're watching this as we've just uploaded, switch over to 693 AM radio, 3AW for weekend gardening. Give us a call with all your garden problems and maybe some great gardening ideas to share. From me, Vasili, Maresi.